So what is a paradox? A paradox is a situation or statement that completely defies logic, making it virtually impossible. And since I wasn't doing anything amazingly productive today, I decided I'd gather 10 of my favorite paradoxes and share them with you. Number 10. Can God make a rock so heavy that even he can't lift it? This is called the Omnipotence Paradox, and for this example I am going to use the belief that God is a being with unlimited power. So like he can do anything. So if God has infinite power, of course he can make a rock so heavy that even he can't lift it, right? But if he does have infinite power, then wouldn't he be able to lift the rock? No, because he made it specifically so that he can't lift the rock. So basically God makes a rock so heavy that even he can't lift it. And he should be able to lift it because he has unlimited power, but the rock is made specifically to be so heavy that even God can't lift it. Wow. Number 9. Ignore all the rules paradox. This paradox is a good one. Basically, someone tells you to ignore all the rules. Burn! Yeah! We can trash the place! But isn't ignore all the rules a rule in itself? So in order to ignore all the rules, you also must ignore the ignore all the rules rule. And if you ignore the ignore all the rules rule, you're... well, what was I talking about? Number 8. The grandfather paradox. So a man goes back in time to before his grandfather met his grandmother and kills his grandfather. But once killing his grandfather, it gives his grandfather the inability to seed his father, thus giving his father the inability to seed him, thus giving the inability for him to ever exist, thus giving the inability for him to ever go back in time to kill his grandfather, to start this little chain loop thing in the first place. Wow. Wasn't it enough to kill his grandfather in the present? Which is also something that I don't encourage because it's despicable and illegal and you'll go to jail for life. So don't do it. Respect your elders. Number 7. The Achilles and Tortoise Paradox. I actually kind of have to read this one from my little sheet of information because it's kind of a complicated paradox and I can't really remember it. In this paradox, Achilles races a tortoise. He allows the tortoise a head start of 100 feet. If we suppose that each racer starts running at some constant speed, like one really fast and one really slow, then after some time, Achilles will have run 100 feet, and during that time the tortoise will have run a much shorter distance, say 10 feet. It will then take Achilles some more time to advance that 10 feet, during which the tortoise will have advanced some more, and then it will take Achilles even more time to reach this third point, and the tortoise just moves ahead. Thus, whenever Achilles reaches some place that the tortoise has been, he still has more to go. Therefore, because there's an infinite number of points that Achilles must reach where the tortoise has already been, he can never actually overtake the tortoise. But of course, Achilles will be very easily able to overtake this tortoise, which is why this is a paradox. No, I should get some glasses to make me look smart. What's that? That was my watch. I don't have any glasses. I don't have any glasses. Yeah, I should have bought some glasses, especially for this video. What's my hair? How's that holding up? We're good. Number 6. The Infinite Paradox. This paradox I learned from my third favorite movie, The Fault in Our Stars. Some infinites are bigger than other infinites. There's an infinite amount of numbers between 0 and 1. There's 0.1, 0.11, 0.111, and so on. And then there's an even bigger infinite amount of numbers between 0 and 2. There's 0.1 as well as 1.1, and 0.11 as well as 1.11. And 0.111 as well as 1.111. And the cycle just continues. There's an even bigger infinite amount of numbers between 0 and 3. There's 0.1 as well as 1.1 as well as 2.1 as well as 0.11 as well as 2.11 as well as 1.11. My brain isn't working. My brain isn't working properly when I'm talking about paradoxes. I'm not entirely sure if this is a paradox, but it does seem pretty against logic, so... Number 5. The unexpected hanging paradox. This is a good one. In this paradox, a judge comes to a condemned prisoner's door and tells him that he will have a surprise hanging someday during next week, and it shall be on a weekday. And he says that since it is a surprise, he will know when it happens when the judge comes and knocks on his door for 3 times. Knock, knock, knock. So then, this prisoner starts counting the days. He figures that it won't be on Friday, because it's supposed to be a surprise, and if it hasn't happened by Thursday, then he will anticipate it on Friday, therefore it won't be a surprise, therefore the hanging will not happen on Friday. So he eliminates that. Then, he continues down his little calendar of death. He then figured out that it won't be on Thursday, because Friday is now eliminated, and if it won't have happened by Wednesday, it won't be on Thursday, because then it won't be a surprise. He continues down his little calendar of woe like this, until he has crossed out all the weekdays, coming to the conclusion that hanging will not happen. Yay! So he doesn't get hanged. That's good. This is until the judge comes and knocks on his door 3 times on Wednesday morning. Any last words? Just the one. You all are stupid for not being philosophers. And if you were philosophers, you would understand. Okay, whatever, we're just gonna hang you now. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Number 4. The ship of Theseus. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that sounded so wrong. Theseus. Is that how you say it? Theseus? Theseus. I think it's Theseus. Here, suppose you build a ship out of 100 wooden planks. Being the creative genius so ahead of your own time, you name the ship Ship. So in each day, suppose you take 1 wooden plank out and put in a metal plank. Then on the 100th day, when you have taken all the wooden planks out and placed in metal planks, if then you take the 100 wooden planks, which were originally in ship, and assemble them into another ship, the question remains, which ship is the real ship? Number 3. The heap of sand paradox. Suppose a heap of sand consists of 1,000,000 individual grains of sand. Suppose if you take 1 grain out, it will continue to be a heap. Then, by repeating part 2 infinitely until you have only 1 grain left, then do you still have a heap? Because if part 2 is correct, that you can take a grain of sand out of a heap of sand and it continues being a heap, then a heap of sand can be consisted of 1 grain of sand, or there is no such thing as a heap. Confused yet? Yeah. Number 2. The opposite day paradox. Suppose there is a day where everything is opposite. Every law, every rule, everything everyone says and does, it's all opposite. And in the morning assembly, or whatever people have of that day, the mayor makes a public announcement that this day is opposite day. But since it is opposite day, wouldn't the fact that the mayor said that it's opposite day also be opposite, thus making it not opposite day? In order for it not to be an opposite day, it has to first be opposite day, so that the mayor can say it's opposite day, so that would be opposite, and then it wouldn't be opposite. What were we talking about? And number 1. This statement is false. My personal favorite paradox is as simple as this statement is false. Although, in order for the statement to be false, first I must be telling the truth about the statement being false, which would make it true. But if I am telling the truth and the statement is this statement is false, then that would make the statement false. But if the statement is false, then I am telling the truth about the statement being false and the statement will be true. But if I am telling the truth, then the statement would be false because this statement is false. It's hard to explain in words, so I'll just put up 1,000 right here. Get it? Because I think just 1,000 words, and that's basically it. It's a loop. It's an endless, awesome, and that's what it is. It's a loop. It's an endless, awesome loop of paradox. I don't know. So and that's it for our 10 craziest paradoxes. And this was actually kind of fun. I'll be doing a lot more top 10 videos from now on, or just 10 of something videos from now on. And I hope to see you in the next one, or whatever video that I have made that you will watch next. Well, I'll see you next time. I'll just leave you to it. Leave a like if you want to, leave a comment with your favourite paradoxes in them, and I'll see you next time. Double hand salute, bye.